Yo, what up?
What's up, boys?
What's up, dudes?
What's up, Lewis?
What's going on, everybody?
We're here with Louis Coatney.
Louis Coatney.
Did you get that a lot in school, Louise? Like, Louise.
Yeah, not as much as you would think. Everybody called me Lou.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
So do you prefer Lou or Louis?
I prefer Lewis.
All right, well, fine, you uppity motherfucker.
All my friends call me Lou, so, it's one of them things. It don't fucking matter what.
Oh, so we're not your friends, is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah, what are you trying to say here, Lou?
Well, like,
I'm saying I answer to anything.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, all right, that's the podcast for this week. Hope everybody likes it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Hashtag
Done.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Hashtag nailed it. We got 8 viewers. Why don't you guys give us a thumbs up if you're watching?
Hashtag
give us
poop
a thumbs
slap.
up right now.
So, Lewis,
Boom.
how's work going, man? How you doing?
It's all right. It's all right. Last couple of days have been rained out, but other than that, I've got work on the books, so
Yeah.
can't complain.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Tomorrow I think we're gonna get a little rain, and I got some work on the books, but it's like, man, do you have to rain? Can anything else be fucked up right now? Is it possible
all
for
the
anything?
customers are understanding, they're rescheduling
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
all good.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of what do you want to call it? A lot of residential work. I mean, that's really everything. Everything I'm doing right now is residential work. I've not done a piece of commercial glass in going on 2 months now.
Shit.
Listen, you don't have to transfer your fucking drink from one cup to the other on my fucking behalf.
I have
Squeegee
I have 2 cups that I usually have 2 things that I fill because I go
right
through
there,
more than one.
That right
in the
there
podcast.
is the only reason why you're using it is it's your podcast cup. Just be honest. You don't
right
like
here, dude.
you don't like my Squeegee Life cup that I got you.
I love this Squeegee
No,
Life
that's
cup.
a lie. And you're only using it during the podcast, and that's fine too.
You know everything.
It's adult.
This motherfucker thinks he's got the fucking keys to the car.
I don't know if I got the keys to the car, but I got the keys to the truck.
No, you don't know.
Yeah. What's up, Fernando? What's up,
No
Jason?
clue.
Fernando, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, I was cleaning windows on Saturday, and it fucking started snowing in May.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the most bullshit thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
it snowed here
we
too.
set a record for cold today. We broke like a 170-year-old record. It was 35 degrees when I woke up today.
Yeah, it snowed. It snowed the same day as this past Saturday as well.
That Saturday, it was absolute horseshit. Absolute horseshit.
It didn't snow like a whole bunch.
We just got flurries.
Yeah, just a little dusting is all it was. It didn't stick to anything but the grass. So
Still, it's surprising for like May 10th to have fucking snow.
We had a frost. We had a frost Sunday morning when we woke up. It pissed me off because I planted a garden for the old lady on Saturday.
Oh shit!
All that hard work.
It's all right. I
It was
got it
the
all
weather
covered
report.
up. It's all good. But still, it pissed me off.
Yeah, man, that's annoying as shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could.
I
couldn't have a garden
I
now.
started
My dogs
planting-
would eat everything.
I started planting it, and then about halfway through it, I looked at the weather forecast. I was like, shit.
All right.
Well, who thinks to look at the weather in May and be like, oh, we're going to have a frost? I mean, that shit doesn't happen.
No, I've gotten snow in May before, man.
Right.
Just
We've
a
got
few.
snow in Missouri before.
I'm saying just a few years ago, I remember a job I've done and got sunburned and dehydrated and passed a kidney stone and fucking, you know what I mean? Something in shorts, and then the next year do it in fucking a coat and hat and gloves because there's snow on the fucking ground in May. You know what I mean? May is a weird fucking month, man. Always has been, always will be.
Y'all's weather is just inconsistent. I mean, ours is.
Yeah, we
pretty
know.
much the
We know.
same.
We've talked about it for 3 years now. It's
You live in
sunny and
paradise.
warm in Florida. Yeah, we know.
It's
you
80s and it's a nice
Yeah,
breeze,
you
not
live. You
humid.
live near the equator,
Yeah.
Mark. Yes, we get it.
No.
We understand.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
better close to the equator.
I don't-
Life is better to the equator.
Center of the earth, Mark.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So, Lewis, what
Listen,
are we doing? We're doing
the reason
pressure
why you're
washing.
so
what?
short is the reason why you're so short is because you live so close to the equator.
This is. We have more gravity over
Smushes
here.
The gravity is
Yeah.
smushing you.
Yep, and it's also pulling my head to the floor and my nutsack. How about that, huh?
I don't know. Yeah,
So you're
Lewis.
like a hairless gorilla. Like
My bell clapper. Yeah, like a giant bell.
Like big ball swinging, running around. I hear you.
So what's going on, Lewis?
Oh, not much. Just work. Pressure washing, a little bit of window cleaning. I was supposed to do some windows today, but that got canceled because of the
Rain.
freaking rain.
Well, you run a really interesting like fucking setup, and dare I say hillbilly setup, if you know what I mean. It's kind of hillbilly. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
it's fucking efficient, man.
Yeah, but it really seems to. Yeah, what's up, Kevin Hargis?
What's up, Kevin?
They got a podcast
dude.
now too.
Everybody's got a podcast.
Into the Flow guys. I seen that the other day.
You know
They
what?
have a
Our
too now.
podcast, the Squeegee Life podcast, is going to have its own podcast on its own, right? I mean, there's so many podcasts.
The
out
Squeegee
there.
Life
Well,
podcast is going to have another podcast called the
Yep.
Squeegee Life Podcast.
It's like when you
Part
look
two.
at like a coach
Gross.
from the NFL and his branch of all his coordinators and stuff who become head
Yeah,
coaches.
yeah.
That's what's going on. You
Everyone
guys
that
are-
we've had on this podcast has decided to make their own podcast. It's like, you know, you're all
Yeah.
under the coaching tree of Bill Belichick here.
yeah.
It looks easy.
It looks easy.
All you got to do is yoke it up for 2 hours.
I didn't watch it.
Here and
Yeah,
talk
I didn't.
bullshit for 2
Yeah, I
hours.
didn't watch it. You know, not for no other reason than I just didn't have the time to sit down and watch any of it. I just noticed. I seen it on YouTube. I think it was YouTube. I don't know. It was in my suggested some fucking where. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So you know, I don't even know why we went down that road. But you know, hey, how you doing, Kevin?
So Lewis, I haven't watched a lot of videos. I got to be honest. So do you power wash or you soft wash mostly?
Lewis doesn't even do videos, but continue.
Okay, well I haven't.
Fucking
seen
asshole.
it.
Hey,
Actually,
wait,
it's about
Lewis,
50
I'm going to
minutes.
interrupt you for a minute. I'm going to interrupt you for 1 minute.
Yeah, he's used to that. Keep going.
Yeah, get used to it because we really want you to be a part of our
I'm
podcast.
used to it.
Now, in the past, you were on another podcast where you were just like background. You know.
Yeah, no, I never had. I could never could talk. So it's all right.
Right, he's like, I'm used to it.
And I won't lie. 90% of the time, I'll be honest. I was too damn stoned to talk. So it is what it is.
I mean, I can kind of tell that you were high, but get it, son, get it.
So do you?
If you have to listen to Joseph Henry Hardy talk, I'm gonna be high too.
Right.
So
Well, this dude soft washes. This dude soft washes.
Yeah, we won't
out
go
of
there.
a,
Won't go there. I'm going to keep this PG.
off a 50-gallon drum. He pulls.
What's that?
I mean, you soft wash out of a 50-gallon drum, a plastic
Yeah.
drum, and with a fucking
Yeah.
garden hose and a garden sprayer.
Really?
Yeah.
So one of those
Oh, I can-
12-volt portable
I can
ones?
pressure wash, soft wash, and
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Pull DI off the back of my truck.
Yeah, I'm just saying your soft wash setup is fucking probably one of the coolest fucking things I've seen. Because it's just like, it's homemade.
It
It's,
works.
yeah, and it fucking works really well. That's one of my main
It's
reasons
the same
why
thing
I
you're
wanted to
going to
have
go
it.
buy for $2,000. It just ain't in a pretty little box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Now,
and
do
it
you
fucking
batch-
works. Yeah, the dude's
Do
making
you batch
fucking money.
mix? You put it all in the drum and just spray it.
Actually, I batch mixed up until a week ago, and
Yeah.
a week ago I just got a mixer valve put on. So now I have my, I had a bulk tank, 35-gallon water tank for my pressure washer anyway.
Mhm.
So that's my water tank. And then I got my 55-gallon bleach tank, and then I got a 15-gallon soap tank.
Now, what kind of soap do you like for that? Because I've played around with it. Some say laundry detergent, some say like roof snot. What actually works the best for Lewis?
Honestly, actually, I just started using a brand new one a couple of weeks ago. It's an Agent Hulk product. I can't remember the name of it. But that, or I used to use, or I use a lot, Snotmanide from Russ Johnson, Southside. That's really about all I've used besides laundry detergent, Dawn dish soap.
Yeah.
It all works. It's just a matter of, what rinses easier and
Yeah,
for windows and shit like that, the actual professional grade soap definitely rinses better. It leaves them,
Right.
leaves them looking
you
good.
don't leave that residue on there.
Right.
Now what?
And you don't.
Right.
It stays wetter longer.
What are the basic ratios? Like, is it 2 parts chlorine, 1 part water, half a part soap, or is there any formula to this?
Pour a little bit of this and pour a little bit of that. until it
Yeah, but if
works.
you're mixing it, if you're setting your mixing valves, you should.
It just depends on how you're applying. Like a downstream mix for a house wash, I'd use about 2 gallons of bleach to 3 or 4 gallons of water
Yeah.
to, I don't know, 10 to 15 ounces of soap.
Do you already have your new setup already plumbed in and everything with your everything's ready to go now that you've changed tanks and
Yeah.
well, you're gonna have to send me an updated picture then.
It wasn't anything. It was literally just taking the one hose, cutting it off, and plugging the one end in, and then putting 3 hoses on, the 3 mixer valves going into the 3, putting into the 3 tanks. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Now everything's just metered by a valve.
Well, this
Yeah,
guy
you set
fucking
it, right?
thinks he's fucking. This fucking Lewis Coatney thinks he's fucking. His shit don't fucking stink.
Yeah.
This
Fuck,
guy
I just know how to
fucking.
make some money with a cheap rig.
This guy fucking. How many years ago did we meet Lewis? 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago in Kansas City? Was Kansas City 2 years
Yeah,
ago?
that was about 2 years. It
Yeah.
was right about
It'll be 2 years in September.
Okay, it'll
Yeah.
be 2 years in September.
Yeah,
And
2
look,
years.
look where you were at then, Lewis, and where you're at now. Crazy, crazy, right?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, crazy,
It's
right?
amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely crazy. Where you just come up, man. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this, and now you're showing me shit. You know what I mean?
Just think, the whole reason I came up was to meet some guy, and I ended up meeting you guys.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Fucking
you're
crazy.
better off that way, anyways.
Right, yeah, true. I just think it's cool where you started at and where you're at now in that short amount of time is just, to me, pretty fucking cool, man.
Right.
That's cool
Yeah,
as
that's
fuck,
awesome.
dude.
Well, I knew nothing about Windows at all until I met you guys in Kansas City. I had no clue how to clean a window before Kansas
Well,
City.
I think, I'm like one of the people that's like,
Hey,
you gotta
Hear
fucking,
something funny?
what?
You guys will laugh about this. My son cleaned a window before me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, at the
There in
the grand
Kansas City.
opening, yeah, the grand opening. We had,
Yeah,
That was your little kid that was. playing around?
that was
Yeah,
Lewis.
Little kid
Yeah.
that's cleaning windows. That was my boy.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think
Well, he
it's,
was better than most of the people that showed up there anyway.
yeah.
He does better than me today.
What I'm saying is I guess, short of, blowing you here on the podcast, I'm just real proud of you, man. I think it's pretty fucking awesome where you're
Well,
at
thank you.
from where you start.
It means a
I'm
lot.
real proud of
It
you,
means a
man.
lot.
I'm real proud of you, dude.
It takes a lot. I never knew what it took to be a businessman until I started a few years ago.
Right.
Well, you're going to find hurdles along the way,
Mhm.
and I can honestly say this.
Oh, trust me, I figured that out.
Yeah, but shit happens 20 years in that you go, I thought I had fucking experienced everything, and now look at
fuck.
this.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. It don't matter.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going on my 6th or 7th year. I don't fucking even know, and I still
I
ain't
think
got
me
it
and
all
TJ
figured
started
out.
at the same time.
You know,
Were you 2014 or 13, TJ?
14.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
March
so,
of 14 was when I started, and
Yeah.
I had cleaned windows for forever, and I opened up a business, and I was a fucking idiot.
right.
I could clean your windows, but I had no idea how to run my business.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's the thing. I'm really good on the technical side of it, but I fucking suck at the business part. The business part, I fucking suck. I fucking suck ass. I'll admit to it. I don't know how to fucking do nothing right.
Well, see that's the part where
Fucking dummy.
you just gotta learn as you go.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah.
me.
Well,
I've always said
I'm being extra hard on myself because I need to be. But I just,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot. I learn everything the hard way. Everything. There's not one thing that I've done since I've started my business that I've not learned the hard way first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I-
Always.
I have to say that we're all come up the same way.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I got an F on a project in 4th grade.
Right.
They asked me, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Uh,
And I wrote, "I want to do the least amount of work for the most amount of money." And that's all I wrote.
in 4th grade?
Not that
In 4th
Yeah,
grade?
he put me aside and was like, "You're going to be a business owner." And I was
In the
"You're
4th
gonna be a
grade?
shitty one, but you're going to be a business owner."
In the 4th grade?
In the 4th grade, I had to write a report on what I wanted to be when I grow up, and that's what I wrote. I also wrote, "What would you do if you were a millionaire?" And I said, "I'd work my ass for 20s." In 6th grade, and I got in trouble for it too. So, I've been an asshole my whole life.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, dude, I don't know. I do everything the dumb way. It's nice to see someone, what's up, Jamie Schmidt? It's nice to see someone fucking doing good. You know what I mean? It's just nice to see somebody doing good. At least better than me.
Well, I
think you're doing
appreciate it,
better
man.
than
I
am.
really do.
Doing it the right way, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2 years.
You're not one of these guys who go, "Oh, I'm going to have 10 guys and do all this shit." Like, you're just trying to, like, figure it out, do it yourself, and build as you go. And
Well,
I
yeah,
like-
if the business
Right.
grows organically, that it's always safer that you grow with the business. But if you start taking on, let's just say you start taking on partners, or you start marketing the living shit out of yourself, and it actually takes off, and if you don't have the right foundation, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna implode. Dude, I know a guy. And air conditioning in Florida is really big, probably like heating up there, right?
Yeah.
And within 2 years, dude, he had like 12 vans. He had a salesman or two. He had a warehouse. Okay. He was doing several $1 million a year in AC maintenance, sales, and repairs. Okay. And he got greedy. And he started doing refrigeration, right? So this small grocery store is coming in, and he gets like $175,000 up front to purchase refrigerated coolers for the job, right? Right, homeboy. This is no lie, homeboy. Figures-
Yo, this
figures- What?
dude, that journey of the new entrepreneur guy. What's that guy's name? The guy that wanted to play Madden. What the fuck?
Oh, he backed out.
Bobby.
Like, back out.
Bobby said I want.
Yeah.
Bobby says he said I want 40 guys, and Craig Keller said in the bedroom. Yeah.
That's
that comes in handy every once in a while.
Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry, dude. That was too good to let go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he takes like $175,000+ up front. Mm-hmm. That was money earmarked to order all the refrigeration, and homeboy goes out and buys himself a badass fucking boat, figuring between now and 7 months when he's got to install all this shit, he'll make the money back. Well, things turned down a little bit. Homeboy ended up in a lawsuit. Now he's got one van and one employee. Okay, he went bankrupt because of that. They sued fast. He didn't have the money to replace, the guy's like, where's my refrigeration units? It was like a $500,000 job. Long story short, he imploded because he didn't have the right shut up, Seth. He didn't have the right foundation. That's why I'm saying, if you grow too fast, it's just going to implode. As for 40 guys, you can keep that shit. Everybody around me that's had 20 guys has downsized. Yeah. But you don't make no money handing it all out there.
Unless you can scale, right? Like, let's say you have 2 guys and you go to 4 guys. If you don't double your profit, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, exactly right.
What's the point? Why are you doing that?
You won't double.
Unless you're doubling profit, I don't care. You can tell me you have a 12-inch dick, but if you're using 3 of it, I don't give a shit. You know?
Yeah. Woo!
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
It is what
you're
it is.
right. I get what you're talking about. I do see that. But, if it scales, and if
it scales, then hell yeah.
If you got 40 dudes and you got the money for it, you know what I'm saying? Shit. As long as you're making cheese. What's up, brother?
I saw a video that you did today on Patreon, I think it was. Do you have a guy working with you now?
No, just a friend of mine was bored. He wouldn't even let me. He wouldn't even let me give him any money.
That's the best type of employee ever.
he's like, yeah, just buy me a sandwich and a coffee. I just need to get the fuck out of the house, because he's on unemployment. For where he works, and he's like, I'm not doing nothing. I come out and move your ladder for you and move the cart around and. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Water-fed Poland.
Yeah. He water-fed Poland a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, he does okay.
Hey, man. If you're going to be bored, you might as well have a good view like you had today.
Yeah.
Right?
Staring off in Lake Erie ain't a bad way to be doing shit.
Yeah. It could. I guess it could be worse.
I'm usually staring at some 65-year-old lady named Carol who's yelling out about a fucking spot on the side of her house. I'll take that view.
Imagine that same house, but in like October, November, in that same spot.
Probably gets hammered.
And tell me that's a great place to be.
No, but for like 3 months a year, it's wonderful.
I've been there at times where the wind blows so hard off that lake that the water from the lake gets you wet. You have to wear a rain suit to do anything around
When I was there with you, it was washing across the road, and the damn plants looked like, it was beautiful. They looked like ice sculpture.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just want to,
we're driving down the road, and the water's coming over the side and hitting the truck. Mark's, Lake Erie.
That didn't look like a lake. That looked like the ocean.
We have the same issue at Lake of the Ozarks, but at least we have a few hills.
Yeah, right, yeah. I'm so hurt you couldn't remember my name. Listen, man, you can only store so much. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, my man. Bobby.
So Lewis, what's your market like where you're like, are you in the Ozark area or?
I'm with you on that, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you guys came down to Branson, you were within like 8 miles of my house.
Do you work in Branson?
You remember where your anus was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the candy place?
Yeah, the candy place. Yeah, bro,
Uranus candy place?
20 miles from there.
No shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's that like? Are you mostly like summer crowd? Do you have like a lot of full-time residents? Like, how do you handle work?
Where I'm at, it's full-time residents, but we also have the Fort Leonard Wood military base right there. So we got a lot of, military comes in, stays 2 or 3 years, and they're gone. And then part of my service area is Lake of the Ozarks, and that's where all the vacation, that's where all the people from St. Louis, Kansas City, Chicago, what have you, all come down to the lake, and that's where the big money is.
I got the COVID.
So you have a little bit of everything then. You got your
Right.
full-time stuff.
Right.
All right, cool.
Right. I got to travel a good distance. I got a 100-mile radius just because of where I'm at, but it is what it is.
So I usually operate in that general vicinity around 100 miles.
I'm about
Do you?
35, 40, but like, yeah, I mean, if you ain't traveling, you ain't getting the shit done. Especially when
Right.
you're first starting out, too. Like, you take that 100 miles, and in 4 or 5 years, you're at like 45, 50 miles. Like, you condense.
Yeah.
You know, as you get your name out.
June 1st will be 2 years for me, and in the
June
2
1st
years,
will be
that
my birthday.
radius has shrunk down quite a bit. And up until I'm actually excited to see how things go, because up until 3 weeks ago, I had done pretty much everything in-house ourselves. You know, we got a pretty good Facebook, what have you. I did door hangers, Facebook stuff, and that was really all the marketing I did. And then I signed up and got started with some Syngem stuff about 3 months ago, I guess. And that started helping out. And then I finally got on Google. I've never been on Google. So started running Google ads, and that should take off this week.
Do you have a lot of direct
sword.
competition?
What's
You have
that?
a lot of competition in your area? Like, let me ask you this. You have more competition.
There's a lot of $99 guys, but actual pressure washers, there's 3 of us.
And what about window cleaning?
None. Me.
None. Yeah.
But I mean, window cleaning is only 25% of my business.
Yeah.
People just don't clean their windows around here.
Or don't you live close to Luke?
Luke's about 5.5 hours away over in Kansas City.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, East City. I'm real rural. I mean,
Okay.
I'm down in the.
You don't say.
Down in the
You don't
southern
say. I would have
suburbs.
never guessed that.
With
you
that
lived in a
draw, I
rural-
would've guessed.
Yeah, I would have never have
No,
guessed that you lived in a
no.
rural area. I
Listen,
never
it's
would have
like-
guessed that.
It took me 5 years to get rid of my rural Georgia accent, so I hear you on that, bud. It's tough.
Well, you know, it is what it is. I just like to poke fun. Don't fucking cry about it, Seth.
I will always cry about it, TJ. We'll do
So,
that.
Lewis, what's your plan for the next 5 years?
Make enough money to get by and enjoy life.
There you go.
It's a good
There you
plan.
go.
Yeah.
No, I want to steadily grow the company. I'd like to pick up enough business this year to be able to put on an actual full-time tech. Right now,
love
last
that
summer
word.
I had.
Yeah. Wait, Lewis,
Last
let's back this
summer I
up
had
for
a-
one
Wait.
second. Listen.
Hold on.
Listen. Yeah, you've been hanging out on
Joe's
on-
podcast too much.
Yeah, we're not technicians.
We're
not
not
technicians.
technicians.
Okay.
We're just employees.
We're just
All
guys.
Like,
Well,
Yeah,
I
just
hope
guys.
to hire. I hope to hire a hand.
Yeah.
Somebody to drag some
Yeah.
hoses.
Yeah.
Hire
Be
myself a
a bitch.
hand. There you go.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
Send a technician out to look at
this
your
summer-
window.
this summer I'd like to be able to-
You know what? Lewis, just think about what I just said. I'm going to send a technician out to look at your window.
I'm gonna send
Hey,
a technician.
guys, get ready because they're sending a technician out. What's he going to fix fucking TV too?
They're gonna send a
My brother will not stop saying technician on the phone. The
Listen.
other day he's calling somebody. I'm like, if you call him that one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Stop it. Tell him you're sending Craig out. That's it. Just tell him.
Could you
Craig
imagine?
will be there.
No, listen.
Our technician, the drunk guy with long hair, will be at your house at 8 a.m.
Could you imagine fucking calling a place and being like, you know, la da 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 da, and the guy's like, yo, I'm gonna send one of my technicians out to have a look at your property, and the Chevy pickup pulls up and Joseph Henry Hardy jumps out of it. Could you imagine? Like that's gonna be ingrained in everyone's head from here on out.
Yeah.
Is like that as the technician.
Yeah, piano keys.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey man, you need to technically take that pile of shit off my property.
Dude, I think I would fucking, without a doubt, lose my shit if Joe pulled up at my house to fucking, like, quote me on a job. That'd be the best fucking day of my life.
I would keep him there for a solid 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then be like, I'm not going to hire you.
Yeah, but
I'm glad I wasted your time.
Mark just
I don't know.
Mark just loves playing little fucking doodads in the background, doesn't he? Even though his fucking suck.
Mark loves
I threw my
playing
pants
games.
once,
Loves
you know,
playing
Well,
games.
that's what this is all
I don't know.
about. It's all about it.
My fucking shit is gangster. Your shit sounds like shit.
Give it to me
I
harder,
hear
big
nothing
boy.
coming out of there.
Yeah, I know. Only the listeners can hear it.
That is the smoothest pole I've ever felt going in and out.
So I just played the one where Joe says
That
that's
is
the
the
smoothest
smoothest
pole
pole
I've
I've
ever
ever
felt
felt
going in and out. There, I just played it back to back. Yeah, well, this is that show.
What, talking shit?
Looks like it. I used the handy sleeve today for the first time. Love that tool. Handy sleeve is pretty handy, man. That's why it's called the handy sleeve. And I will let you guys all in on a little secret. I named the handy sleeve. I'm taking full credit for it. It was my fucking idea. The idea itself was not mine. But the name, all me.
All me.
All me.
So
It is
Yeah,
good.
you're head of marketing. That's
Yeah,
what you're doing. Hey,
now,
make something,
yeah,
I'll name it.
now I am head of marketing. I have just declared myself head of marketing.
I think Maker owes you 5%.
Yeah,
personally, but,
they
yeah.
definitely owe me 5%. I need to be on the fucking payroll.
I got to be honest. I haven't bought one yet, and I really need to. And
Whoa!
I've been
Wow!
especially since I love fucking Richie Blue, and I have not bought this shit. I'm a
And
terrible
especially a cut up guy like you, not having one,
I know I need it
because that
I
could
need
be that's the ultimate.
I don't
Memphis-
even wash windows, and I have one, Seth.
Ooh,
I know. We're clarifying. I'm a piece of shit.
What
and
a
I
total
haven't done
fucking
it yet, and I really need it.
douchebag.
I'm also lazy and don't want to go online and order stuff.
You know
I
what,
just want someone to send it to me.
You know what's super dope is that you know what's super dope is I use mine as a mop. A 6-inch
Yeah, I
mop.
use mine. Yep.
What do you put on it to make them up? You just use the sleeve
No,
itself?
no, you just put a microphone. I did a BMW dealership today, and I put the handy sleeve on one pole, and then I washed with the other pole, and I have the handy sleeve sitting on the ground on top of a microfiber towel, and then I literally just bring it with me as I'm going down to the next row of windows, mopping the floor as I go. Because I mop the sills, you can mop the floor because
Marketing tech.
the rag sticks to it.
Mop the floor all day.
Well, I'm talking about. I use it. I call mops, washers,
Yeah.
sleeve, whatever the
Yeah,
fuck you want to call it.
same goddamn thing. Yeah.
Wetter. Josh Shove calls them wetters, which is the
Yeah.
worst
Of
fucking
course
word
you
I've
can,
ever heard
because
in
he's
my.
a fucking Steelers fan. I don't trust
Me
Yeah.
neither.
So fuck that.
Fuck that guy.
Did your quarterback rape someone in the bathroom?
Yeah, bro. Shh. Keep quiet. Listen, this is what I'm talking
Wetter.
about. Is the 6-inch? I just take a washer sleeve, cut it down, and see. I have the luxury though that I have a couple of test models of some of the stuff that he's with the handy sleeve. So I just took one of the big sleeves I got it and cut it down, and I use that for my cut ups. It's gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta give. I have to. I need to get that, and I want the Trident belt.
Oh,
I'm sick
the
of my
belt.
fucking belt. I need.
You don't
that.
have a belt either? Dude, you
I
are a
have belt, but I
straight
don't
up
have it.
piece of fucking shit, dude.
I'm
Straight
aware
up.
of this.
Straight
Hey,
up.
next
Worst
thing you
dude
know,
I
you
ever
don't
knew.
have a gunslinger, do you?
Listen,
I do have one. I
Oh.
have the old shitty one, and I have.
You have a Perry
well,
one?
at least you have a gunslinger.
I have an old Perry one that
Yeah.
came with a belt buckle and a fucking bandana.
Yeah.
I used the bandana to fucking wipe my ass, just like Perry. And then I have the one I bought
Yeah,
from
but do-
WCR, the one that Richie actually.
What do you, hey, listen.
endorsed.
Can you tell me this? Can you tell me, do you tie the handkerchief back around your neck after you've wiped your ass with it?
I tie it around my ball bag and have the ass peaks
okay.
tickle my asshole
Oh.
for when I'm moving around because it feels nice.
That's-
And it makes
Puppet
me
show.
feel Perry. Being like,
That's
oh, there's a
great.
little shit on there, just like his pants.
Yeah, that's real great. I'm glad, this is that, Seth is coming out party right here, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm letting you know what I enjoy. So,
Bandanas and
Like
boogers.
Will, but-
So do you? Jason likes the Trident belt, man. That I'm telling, it's a pretty slick belt. What I like about it is the fact that I've had it for a hot minute now. I think I had it before it was released. Probably because I'm spoiled rotten. Richie always sends me everything. He's a sweetheart, but it's not. You know how most belts like that kind of, the nylon window cleaning belts or tool belts, they kind of like wrinkle. They kind of start to wrinkle out over time.
Yeah.
This has no signs of even showing that's gonna happen. It's that the material is gangster, dude.
Well, I figure if Richie's making it,
Oh, yeah.
and he's making it himself, it's
overbuilt.
It's
Yeah.
over.
and it's
Mark,
probably ridiculous.
Mark, it's not overbuilt, people.
No,
It's not
built
overbuilt.
well. That's what I'm
it's
saying.
built well.
It's not underbuilt. Let's just put it
Richie
that way,
likes
yeah.
to do things at the very the highest quality he possibly can.
Well,
Yeah.
his insecurity level's so high,
Yeah,
he can't
yeah.
put on a sport blog. Because he'll just be like upset with himself.
Yeah,
He'll watch fucking 2 seasons of Star Trek.
Yeah, yeah.
Eat ice
Yeah.
cream.
Yeah.
Who knows what the fuck he's gonna
Fucking
do.
fry spaghetti, refry spaghetti in the fucking.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing Richie ever showed me. You take like butter and shit and like take cold spaghetti from the night before, and put it in a saucepan and heat it all up together again.
Oh yeah, until it gets crunchy.
Yeah, it's really fucking good,
Yeah.
dude.
It is. We eat that all the time.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fucked up that Lewis has got a handy sleeve, don't do a lot of windows, and Seth doesn't have one yet. Trident is the best I have used, perfect for biggins. Yeah. Mike Nichols called me to confirm. He's like, listen, so we got bellies. And I'm like, yeah, we both do. He's like, so this Trident belt, is all it's cracked up to be? And I'm like, my gut can't break it, so we're good to go. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got
Nichols is still the only man I've ever seen clean windows with no shirt on but overalls on.
Dude.
Talk about
I wish I could get to that level of comfort with myself as a man, to where I could just walk around in a pair of bib overalls, just like in my drawers, bib overalls,
Yeah.
love it or leave
Dude,
it. I just wish I could get to that level of not give a fuck.
I've never met a guy with that much confidence.
Yeah.
With really little reason to be,
Oh,
but he's a great guy. I'm kidding.
Yes.
He's
Isn't that
the nicest
yeah,
guy I've
it's-
ever met. I love
Isn't
him.
the
Yeah,
name
I
of
love
his
you.
company? Yeah, isn't the name of his company?
You guys
Nipple-
didn't hang out in Branson very long.
No, what's
Nipple
that, Lewis?
window cleaning?
Did you hang out
You
with
guys didn't hang out in Branson very long, evidently.
Who, us and Mike?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. To not see guys walking around with overalls on, no shirt, nothing else.
Oh, I must not have. I must have
That's
missed them
like
dudes.
every other person's attire around here.
Yeah, we had a good time
See,
down there.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's attire around here is skinny jeans, a flannel shirt, and fucking glasses that they don't need to be
Yeah,
wearing.
it's fucking the window guys, Mark, not the nipple guys.
Where are
Yeah.
you at, Seth?
Massachusetts. So I live like near Cape Cod, if you've ever heard of that area.
It's
Okay.
South of Boston. South of Boston.
south of Boston.
South of Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, like half hour
I
south.
spent a lot of time in Boston.
All right, so do you know I live pretty much directly in between Boston and Cape Cod,
It's like
On the
Connecticut,
shore.
right?
Okay.
Connecticut?
a town
All right.
called Plymouth, if you've ever heard of it.
Is it Connecticut?
Oh my God, I know what state you live in. For the love of God, it's a different area.
It's not
That's like me being
Connecticut.
like, oh, you live in Michigan, dude? Do you live in Michigan? Oh, you live in Michigan? I fucking hate Connecticut more
What's
than
wrong?
any place
Oh.
I've ever been in my
So you
entire
don't live
life.
in Connecticut. Where do you live?
No, I do not live in Connecticut. I live in Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Yeah, he's a masshole.
You masshole.
You never.
I know.
I know.
Well, listen.
That's true.
The only reason why I do that is because I know it pisses you off. So.
I know. It's
Yeah.
very good. You do a good job at it.
So, Lewis, what are you about to do? You about to go to sleep? Are you tired?
Oh no, I'm just sitting here relaxing.
Listen, man, you gotta like
It's
not.
nice and quiet. Kid ain't running around. I told the kid that I'm going to be on your show, and he better shut his mouth so he ain't running around.
Oh,
It's
you
kinda
sure?
nice.
What's up, Henry?
But it ain't even 8 o'clock yet for you, right?
Yeah, it's getting about 20 minutes out for Lewis, ain't it?
What? Yeah, 20 to 8.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean,
Lewis, do you
What,
have like
almost 9 where you're at, right?
Lewis, you got one of those massive hookah pipes. You just look like you're like obliterated right now.
well, my question is it flour or is it like oil? Which way you go?
Oh, flour. Flour.
Listen,
Yeah, I
man.
looked at you and I'm like, you roll it with one hand like the cartoon Tom and Jerry, like when he like goes to roll a cigarette. That's how I imagine you roll a joint.
No.
Just with one hand.
No, I don't know how to roll, man.
What? You only smoke
Seriously.
bowls?
Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Yeah.
This fucking
That's-
dude.
I mean, I can.
This fucking dude. Shit. I do that shit. Lickety split like.
Dude puts together a soft wash system. Can't roll a fucking joint, son. Come on.
Joint of tobacco.
Yes, correct.
Tobacco joints. Not like none of that wacky tobacco. None of us do that. That's
Yeah.
fucking for hippies and
Oh,
shit.
no.
Fucking hippies.
Yeah, put on a Pink Floyd album.
Yeah. Fucking weirdos.
Oh, look at me. I like to have an altered state.
Oh, hi, my name's Jimi Hendrix, bro. Fucking nerd.
7-minute guitar solo.
I bet you Lewis's favorite band is
So,
Leonard
TJ,
Skinner.
I got a
What?
question.
What?
Trad poles.
Yeah.
I was looking on WCR tonight. I need a decent trad pole for residential work.
The red label.
I seen the maker, but what about the X0? Or which one would you go with?
Well,
Honest opinion.
for what you do, the Zero Trad 12. Richie's pole is pretty sweet. The maker pole is pretty cool, but it's purpose built for kind of how Richie works. Like Richie does a lot of storefront work. I think Richie's pole is a badass pole for like, I want to try it out maybe to do like inside my drive-through areas and shit like that. If I ever get to do them again, that is. In restaurants and shit, I think that'd be perfect for that. But if you're doing a lot of like residential work the way that you do, I would get the Trad 12. That's what I would do. A Trad 12. And actually, man, if you got a little extra dough, spring for the Trad 20. That way you've got 20 foot. You got 25 foot of overall reach. If you ever need to knock something down, you could fucking stick something on the end of it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The 20, I use the 20 a lot in power washing, a lot with brushes and stuff like that. There's no bend to it, no wall. You know, like when you're trying to brush a gutter, like trying to clean some shit off, and it's just fucking wobbling back and forth. You don't get that.
Yeah.
It's worth its money in gold just for that.
Yeah.
Even if you just use it for that.
Yeah, it's sweet for that kind of shit. You know, and that's one thing I've noticed. I mean, I know there's other guys that use poles, but is it just me, or like I don't see people using poles as much as I use poles?
Well, commercial guys use them every single day.
Yeah,
Residential
but
guys,
I mean, even I'm saying on residential work, but I see a lot of guys busting out 4-foot ladders and 2-foot ladders.
You're good with the pole. So the difference is most I know how it works.
Yeah.
TJ, you're a hybrid.
Yeah.
You're like, so my guy won't use a pole because he's strictly residential. He's more comfortable just getting up, nose to glass, or water-fed pole. So I think you use it because you get a good product out of it, right? You don't have to get the. I think also laziness has something to do with it too. You know what I mean?
It's production. It's production.
All right,
It's production.
What
It's
window
faster.
cleaner isn't lazy? What window cleaner isn't
Well, it's
lazy?
faster.
Right? Like
I mean, yeah, but I would.
Work.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm not afraid, and I do it like I did it twice today.
No, but you're
I hop on a ladder when I need to, but if I can bust it out with a pole, I'm busting that shit out with a pole because it's faster.
Yeah.
And I don't mean water-fed pole. I mean traditionally or water-fed pole. If it's faster,
you're more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
It takes hours and hours to get comfortable with that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're used to hand work and then trying to replicate the same thing with a pole.
It's easy though. Just do it. You just got to do it with 2 hands. Now I can't do the catch. You know how Luke and all them do the catch underneath the Steve-O catch and shit. I can't do the catch. I won't even bother. I don't even bother trying to do it. It's just like, to me, it's like, man, that's like extra movement. Maybe that's why they're so fit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm out there,
I only do it on sliders. That's the only time I do it on. Is just
I
catch
just
the
throw a
extra
fucking,
water
I
on
just throw a
sliders.
towel on the
That's it.
ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I would say it's because you're more comfortable using a pole is why you do it.
Okay.
Like I honestly watch you do stuff and I'm like, I'd use a 4-footer, but it comes out.
Yeah, but see,
same
here's
way
the
I'd
thing,
do it.
Seth. TJ works very similar to I do. He goes and cleans a Wendy's. He ain't bringing no fucking 4-foot ladder. He's going to be there for an hour versus for 20 minutes. There's a big difference. So when you do it every single day, you become proficient at it. And you're not going to become as proficient at it doing houses with double hung windows and stuff. It just doesn't
Right.
work right.
I use a pole now probably
I've done
6 times a week.
Yeah, I've
That's
done
it.
what LeBron James did to Cleveland when he went to Miami. I've taken my talents from commercial window cleaning and brought them to
Sandusky.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, but honestly, like that's honestly what it is for me is the repetitive use of a 4-foot pole or a street pole like a 4/8, whatever the fuck you want to call it. A trad 12 is just using that pole every single day on windows, you know what I mean? Every morning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
6
it's a
days a
whole
week.
different thing.
It's all what you're comfortable
Yeah.
with. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm saying. That's why I guess maybe that's why I'm so used to, like, to me, it's
Yeah,
like,
like-
why don't you use a pole? You know what I mean? I don't know.
For us, we're king of flipping in windows.
Yeah.
That's like that's how we do shit. Like if it flips in, we flip it in.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
And like, we just go. I know companies around here who won't do it that way because they're afraid their guys are going to break shit. We're just comfortable doing it. We know when we can, what we can't, because we do it all the time. So I think it shows that like you are very proficient at using
My
a pole at that length. So that's what you do. you
my
know?
old boss would not let us tilt in because he's like, if you can tilt them in, they can tilt them in. You know what I mean? That's the way he looked at it. And to me, it's like, well, the people that have enough money to hire me to clean their windows at their fucking house aren't hiring me because they can't clean windows. They're hiring
don't
me because
want
they
to,
don't
yeah.
fucking want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Half
So-
the time I flip them in, people go, "Oh, I didn't even know it tilted in." And then they're like, then they try to do it and they hurt their arm or they can't pull it down or they don't know how to do it.
How
know?
do you clean them? Do you see when I clean tilted windows, I tilt both sashes into my chest and clean over top.
That's why you got a window
Yeah.
clean. Got
Oh,
like, oh,
hey.
push it down. And so the top one I hold to the side and clean,
Yep.
push up.
Yep.
The bottom one I lean against the gut and do like this.
Yes.
Like that's
yes.
Because
Because
wipe, slap in.
I worked with a dude a couple of times. I was like, yeah, we're just tilting them in. I showed him how to tilt them in, and he was tilting them all the way in and laying them down on top of each other, cleaning one, flipping it back up. They look good, but when he flipped it back up, all the water from just ran. You know, I'm just
Yeah.
like, dude, you got to
So
go back
I
and
used
fix
to
all
do
of those
like
windows.
that too. You have to clean
Yeah.
halfway down and then wipe it with a wet rag
Yeah.
to take most of the water off,
Yeah.
finish it off, and
Yeah.
then wipe your edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do it both ways. Like, but you again, if you don't do it often, you suck at it. You know?
Seth, did you get that booger yet? Keep
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Yeah,
Just
let's
do
see
it.
that motherfucker.
Oh no!
I didn't get nothing.
Smack.
Nothing,
Lewis,
Craig.
do you think window cleaning is for you? Is it something that's just like an add-on bonus to what you're already doing? I mean, I know you like
Yeah.
you. I mean, it seems like your business is more geared towards doing the pressure washing and the soft washing and the window cleaning. I mean, you're probably not going to put the time
I'm
into
definitely
use
a
traditional
pressure washer,
tools.
soft washer with just windows as an
Yeah.
add-on.
So just buy a brush and a pure water pull and be done with it.
You know what though? Here's what I don't understand.
That's-
I saw
Be
a
in at
post.
6, Craig.
I saw a post on Facebook where a guy goes, "Why would I clean a commercial storefront for $80 a month when I could do a house for $300?" And I'm like, because the house for $300 might go twice a year if you're lucky. The storefront for $80 a month is going to most likely go 12 times a year or more.
Right.
Guaranteed income.
Right.
It's guaranteed.
Right.
No more selling. show up and do your job and
Right.
collect your money.
Well,
I mean-
residential's the same way. I mean, you know,
four times.
Yeah, no,
you're not doing it nearly as often, granted, but there are customers that I've been doing for a long time. You know what I mean? You know, you get repeat customers in residential. I mean, you lose some too. I lose a couple every year. You know what I mean? And they go somewhere else. They go somewhere else. They realize the guy can't use a fucking squeegee, and then they call me back. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, so.
I think your market
summer will be my
dictates
third.
too, though.
Go ahead,
What's
Lewis.
Oh, Lewis, go.
Yeah, go
Let's
ahead, Lewis. What did you say?
This will be my third summer in, and I'd say about 30 to 35% of my customer or my business is repeat customers already.
Right.
And what I do is package deals.
Mm.
I'll set them up on a yearly deal to where I go in, I'll wash their house once a year, I'll clean their gutters twice a year, wash their windows quarterly, and set them up on a package.
No shit.
And I get a lot of.
He's like, set him in on a package.
Myself
Woo.
the winter.
Man, dude, hey, Lewis, man, so hot. Like what? Like you package? Like you just charge them one flat fee? Do they pay per service?
One flat fee.
They pay
One
it up
flat
front.
rate, yep.
Do they pay it up front? How does that work?
That depends on the customer, honestly. I usually break it into 3 payments for them.
Okay. Okay.
But
Shit.
if you think about it, you know, the first service I've done, you know, the one payment's already over what that would have been anyway, so I'm good with it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, shit. That's different. That's.
And I've also seen, like, so I've been out to CJ's area. I've been out to Mark's area. I've seen why Mark does what he does. It makes sense where Mark lives. Every corner, there's a fucking strip mall.
Yeah.
Where I live,
Everywhere.
that doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Right.
You know what I mean? What
No,
exists are high-end residential houses. So, like,
Yeah,
you go
well-
after what your market tells you to go after.
We have that. We have our high end in Jupiter Island and Palm Beach Island, but like I never realized that because I've been here my whole life. When Kirk came down from Ohio, he's sitting in my truck and he's looking around. He's like, "Holy shit!" And I go, "What?" He goes, "Your market is amazing." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "There, in a quarter mile, there's 300 storefronts, and then you go down another road and there's another 300 storefronts.
It's not like
They're
that
just
up here.
everywhere.
It's not like that up
it's-
here.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
You got to pick your market. Like you got to build your business around what your market is.
Yeah, I would starve by you guys because I wouldn't know what to do.
No, but you would just adapt to what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
That's my
I guess.
thing too. If I was in South Florida, I'd probably be a storefront window cleaner. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
See,
Yeah.
I don't look at houses any different than I look at storefronts or restaurants. To me, it's all glass to me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just get paid more to do one. Or you get-
Yeah.
Well, not even that. Not even that. It's just, it's all glass. So whatever the fuck I'm trying to do, I'm trying to clean glass. And I keep, like, I'm in this headspace where I need to start doing this service and I need to start doing that service. And I just really don't know if that's the right pathway for me. I feel like I want to follow Mark's footsteps and go in a different direction. Because I know Mark kind of went back and forth with the pressure washing and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
Well-
I don't know if that's the direction I want to go in. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. My area, because we're humid, we got a lot of mold and mildew issues. We don't have any winter per se. Okay? Pressure washing here, when I say it's saturated, you can sit at any traffic light and I can guarantee you at least one pressure cleaning truck is sitting at the intersection.
Wow.
They are fucking everywhere.
Right.
And this is recent, over the last 5 to 7 years, I had to get out of it because it just wasn't paying anymore.
Right.
It really wasn't. I mean, and look, don't get me wrong, I still do it. I've got, all my shit is portable now. I don't have trailer mounts anymore. I've got a portable soft wash setup that I literally chuck in the back of the truck. I showed you a picture of it. And look, I'm not going to lie. I sit at the red light and look at this guy with more diamond plate than a fire truck, 2 500-gallon tanks. And I'm like, 4 machines across the back of the truck. And I'm like, God, I want that because I love equipment.
Yeah.
But I'm like, and then I'm going to go out for 5 cents a square foot.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
You said in your area, I remember you telling me you had like 300 guys in like a 30-mile radius.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
it's
something-
pressure, but not window
Yeah.
cleaning. Window
No,
cleaning.
exactly. So
Yeah.
what I would say is, again, my whole point is like, let your demographic tell you what's up.
Exactly.
If TJ's only got 4 guys he's got to compete with in something, go
Yeah.
for it. If
Yeah.
you got 15, 20, well, maybe you should find another avenue.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
all about
Yeah.
finding your niche and what you can do easily for yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here, pressure washers outnumber window cleaners 20-1. Okay, it's rare. I know every route guy around. I'll run into residential guys, like if I'm working a commercial job, they'll come up and say hello sometimes, you know, and I see a lot on the road that's, you know, a lettered up vehicle, and I'm like, I don't even know who that is, but he must be residential. You could tell by what he's got for equipment. High rise, there's maybe 3 companies that I have to compete with, and we all know what everyone else is doing. You know, they know I've had that for 15 years. Don't waste your time. He knows I know who has that, so I'm not going to mess with that. You know, and the route, probably 5 major companies that, you know, none of them have more than 5 employees at this point. You know, all these guys that want to be 30 and 40 employees have succumbed to the economy, even though the economy was good before all this, and realize that you're just chasing your tail. And it gets to a point where, like you said, Seth, if I add another employee, I need to double my profit. Well, what happens is you make 10% on each guy, and then all it takes is one small problem. Somebody breaks something, somebody loses equipment, and you're in the red. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like if you're trying to make $500,000 a year, this is the wrong field to be in.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, I
You're
hate to break it
100%
to you,
right.
but I know a guy who had 20 guys. He don't make close to that. He don't make close to that. So if that's what you're trying to do, the service industry and what we do doesn't scale that way.
Yeah.
But if you want to make high profit with 2 or 3 guys, you can do it.
Let me tell you, I know a woman, I've mentioned this before, that I do her work that's over her employee's head. She has 3 full-time window cleaners. They do a lot of high-end construction cleaning, meaning 1-inch blades, Scotch-Brite pads. They don't scratch windows. You know, they do the elite houses in my area, the $20 and $30 million homes on the island. Okay, whenever she has something that's out of reach or she can't handle it, I come in and help her. Okay, but she's got 3 or 4 window cleaners. She's got about 4 or 5 girls that do regular house cleaning.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, dude, she lives in a house over $700,000. I'm like, you're the most wealthiest window cleaner, basically window cleaner that I know. She goes, I don't want 20 people. I don't want 17 vans. I don't need a warehouse. I run my business out of my house, and nobody knows what I have except a few of us. You know what I'm saying? And I look up to that, how she's been able to make such a beautiful living. And her employees, they make a lot of money. They do very well. Some of their employees make what business owners make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she works them. She works them hard. She keeps a tight ship.
Right.
You know.
And there's some people out there that are silently rolling deep, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, one guy comes to mind, you know what I mean, but he don't do it real silent, you know, he's real big, so it's kind of hard to hide who, you know, he's giant, that guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big fat fuck.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But to some people, no, look, to some people,
that motherfucker,
just like
does everything. That motherfucker does everything.
Everything and anything.
If there's anything you could do, he's doing it.
100%. And he's got a book this big to describe how to
Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
No, I just appreciate what Seth said. If you want to make yourself $500,000 a year, this is not the business for you.
Well,
I've always stood by what my father taught me, which, you know, my father didn't agree with a lot of things that I did when I started to get bigger and bigger projects and more equipment, you know, and he used to say, window cleaning is a brilliant industry if you want to go out, maybe a helper, maybe a full-timer, and make a nice living and go home at 2 o'clock and spend time with your family, because you're never going to be a millionaire from this. And I've never met a millionaire window cleaner yet. I should say a company in Miami, south of me, sold for like $2.1 million. It was established for like 25 years. And from what I heard, the guy's back into window cleaning again because he just doesn't want to do nothing.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
but other than that, Look. Think about it like this.
I mean, there are circumstances that where you could make yourself
the general 95% of us out there.
are not going to see that kind of.
You can go from making 20 grand, 30 grand a year to making 130
Easy.
grand a year.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, that you can up
Do it for
yourself
sure.
up, and then if you want to branch into other stuff, it's a great way for low cost, hard work.
Yeah.
You can do.
Will get you somewhere to
All right,
do
case
stuff.
in point. Case in point. You can do what Joshua Schoaf did and started. I'm Josh the window cleaner. Cleans fucking windows everywhere. That's Then he starts pressure cleaning, and then he starts pressure washing everything. You know what I'm saying? So he does those two things now. Then he's like, you know what? I do janitorial work. So he does janitorial work. They have janitorial accounts. You know what I mean? They window cleaning, pressure washing. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a hood cleaning business. I'm gonna start cleaning hoods too. I'm gonna just do it all. They're gonna call me for everything. You know what I'm saying? So he does that. Then he goes out and now he's Josh the landscaper. Now he's got
and
dudes.
poop. Don't forget.
The poop dudes.
Yeah,
Well, I
can't
feel
forget
like
the poop.
that dude just has 50 Cent playing in his headphones,
Dude,
and he's
he's-
just punching people in the face.
Dude, he's
Because that
fucking-
dude is cut out that way.
that
Like,
dude is something else,
I'm
man.
saying most people I know just like want to get out of the rut that they're in,
Yeah.
and like define their own hours and be able to make plumber, electrician money.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? And if that's what you're trying to do, you can do that in this business.
If you're smart, you gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart. You also just gotta be like, if you work hard at it, like sometimes that shit just falls. You know what I mean? Like if you have a good work ethic, like to me, that's the biggest thing. Like
That's
you can
everything.
be dumb as rocks, but if you can do the work,
No.
like you'll do all right.
Self-motivation is where it's at. I'll be honest with you. Since this Corona shit and everybody's working a lot less, I don't even set my alarm. I normally get up at 6 o'clock. Now I sleep till 7 o'clock.
Dude.
Ain't no one's looking for me.
Yeah.
I'm in no rush.
Isn't it such
Well,
a fucking?
you got, like an AARP card now.
it's like
so,
a
dude,
bummer.
chill.
Have you noticed a big change in like people moving around and shit where you're at, Lewis, or no?
It never really stopped here.
Never really stopped there.
It was like nothing happened,
Right.
honestly.
Right.
Dude, he lives in an area of the country. It's like you're gonna have to come in here and tell us to stop. You know what I mean? He lives in that
I
part of
mean,
the country,
literally,
it's
the
like,
only thing that changed here was your barber shops, beauty salons shut down, restaurants closed, the drive-through or carry-out only. That was the only thing that changed here.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're open we're wide open again already.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. That's good.
Yep. And I
Wow.
think it's next
What's up,
weekend
Ryan?
we're opening Branson back up. With all the track.
But do you feel
Stuff
like
there.
the power washing aspect has grown because people are home more and seeing their stuff? I've seen a spike in that here. I'm just curious with you, Lewis, if you've seen that. Like,
Yeah.
people are more into their house maintenance right now than they normally would be because they're home.
Yeah, I'm getting calls from people that I wouldn't normally get calls from. So yeah, I think so.
Well, you know
I
what?
think
You know what I've noticed is I'm getting like a couple of customers have mentioned. They're like, "Oh yeah, we got this check here from the government. They, their government check, and they fucking spend part of it on me cleaning the windows.
Mhm.
Like it's a free
I've
window
definitely
cleaning. Like
seen that.
it's like I got a free window cleaning. I was like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? So that's that's cool, man.
$1,200 checks. I was like, yeah, people are giving them to me. So
I mean,
don't
some
need-
people take it that stimulate the economy shit literally. Some people do.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's
Well,
really
I'm
really how that's supposed to work. You know what I mean? You get
Yeah.
that money and you
And-
spend it on something, and then that person spends it on something, and then da-da-da-da-da-da. You know
Trickle
what I
down.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. But there's also people
Well,
depending
when I
on
say
what
that
you
I'm
do.
seeing
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
when I say that I'm seeing a little bit of a change as far as the type of people calling me, it's your lower income
Yeah.
or people on fixed
Disability.
income,
Yeah,
disability
fixed income.
or whatever.
That's what I'm
Got it.
seeing. Yeah.
Got an extra $1,000
Yeah.
calling me, hey, can you wash my house or clean windows or gutters or whatever?
But it goes both ways. You also have people depending on what they do. Like I was talking to my mom the other day. My brother, she's like, "Yeah, your brother's really complaining about what's going on. I go, he's a school teacher. His wife's a school teacher.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're teaching from home. I go, he gets a guaranteed paycheck every week, Mom.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He's saving money because he don't have to go nowhere.
Right.
You don't have to drive. You don't have to drive. I go, I'm sitting here going to the mailbox every day to see if there's a check in there for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, things. I was expecting a lot worse. It seems to, as far as residential work, I was expecting a lot worse. I was expecting people not to be wanting to spend money, but it seems like it's the usual suspects. The people that can spend money are spending money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and like.
Yeah.
That's you. I mean, no matter what, people that got money are going to spend it. You know what I mean? And some of them.
I have a buddy that's a private pilot, and he says, "How's things with business?" I said, "Well, my main thing is paying the guys every week. I can go for a while, and the money is low." And he goes, "Yeah, I took a 20% pay cut." I'm like, "You work for a fucking billionaire. You know what I'm saying? You work for a billionaire." But so that shows, the guy could be mentally broke and still have $30 billion in the bank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's like, "Yeah, he said we're taking a pay cut. What am I going to do?"
Right. I don't know. Strange times, man. You know what I mean? The only thing you can do is try to, weave your way through it. You know what I mean? Keep your fucking hands up, your chin down. You know what I mean?
I can tell you what.
Keep your head off the center line. You know what I mean?
I call into my office. I don't have an office manager. I have an answering service, right? So I call into answering service generally 9 a.m. and then around 1 o'clock or before I'm going home. So if there's something a complaint or a new job or whatever, I always try to catch it the same day. And I've been calling like every hour recently, and I used to dread the messages because usually means there's an issue. Now I'm like, where's all the phone messages? Starting back up. Now I did have a restaurant that I've been cleaning for a long time. He called me on Monday and he's like, "Hey, we're going to open up." Here what they did was 25% occupancy. So that basically, TJ, if I told you, here's a list of work that you're going to get to do, but you can only do 25% of it. Could you make a living? Does it even pay?
No. Yeah.
But some of them are just like, we want to get back to where we were.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Look, it's going to be slow for a while." I'm like, "Look, I've been working with you for 17 years. I go, I'm going to bill you and you pay me when you can. I mean, look, what am I doing?" So I brought 3 of us there to do the tops, the bottoms, the ins, the outs. We got them all nice and cleaned up. And it actually gives you a little spark to say, look how nice it looks now that we cleaned everything in and out and it's ready to go for you. Makes you feel good about it. But man, the phone is not ringing with. I got my route guy driving around and I'm like, "You send me a list every day of where you went, what you did, what you didn't do, what's open, what's closed, so that we can keep track of this, because if not, a lot of it will slip away if you're not on top of it."
Right.
I don't have someone sitting here making phone calls all day.
Right. Well, I try and stay in contact with my 3, what I'm lacking right now. You know what I mean? That is what I'm trying to do. And, we'll see if a start date happens. We'll see.
I think your Wendy's will be coming back pretty soon.
I don't know.
Are they opening your restaurants to eat in traffic yet or no?
Next week.
Next week? Yeah.
I haven't
Hopefully
heard anything
they want to
yet.
clean them up.
Well, they'll probably. I don't know. I'm expecting to be changes to be made.
You know what I would do, T? I would just offer this up. I would say, "Hey, man, we're halfway through March, or through May. Yeah, we're halfway through May, and we understand you're going to only partially open, but I really like to get back to my routine. Let me clean your restaurants up for that soft opening, and we won't worry about payment till June." You know what I'm saying? Offer them something. You only got 1-2 cleanings left in the month.
Right.
What else do you got to do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I told you, I had my route guy go out and clean his route with tickets with door tickets that said, "Just a courtesy, cleaning, no charge. Hope you are safe." That's it. Because that's going to bring back a lot of customers when they come in and go, "Look at this. They came by and cleaned it and there's no charge."
Right.
That's a good company.
Yeah.
Let's call them up and
For sure.
start the service.
No question. Yeah. No question.
You know?
Yeah, that's smart. Well, that's kind of what I'm going. That's my plan for Friday. It's going to be a nice day. and I don't have a lot going on Friday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out. I'm going to hit my route. And whoever's not open, I'm just going to leave something in the door, you know what I mean? Saying, you know, this one's on me, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I mean? It'd probably take me maybe 3-4 hours to do my downtown route, you know what I mean? All those little stores that me and you did, all those little storefronts that you and I did, you know, just go down there and whip around and, you know, stop at all the...
Get you out of the house, too.
Yeah, huh? What's that?
Get you out of the house, too.
Well, I'm already out of the house. My fucking head's sunburned.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you know, I mean, it's nice to have, like, a routine sometimes where you're like, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. No,
Jason
no doubt.
Lehman
No pressure
says they're trying to keep Washington closed for the next 3 months, but that's not happening.
Come on,
dude.
Man.
Mario, Mario Chavez. Everyone knows who I'm talking about.
In California, right?
California, messaged me just before we got on the podcast, and he's like, "Dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. They're closing this bitch down for another 2 months."
It's crazy.
Till fucking
they
July.
They want to tank this fucking economy. That's what they're doing.
Nah, man, people, there's no way the people are gonna stand for that. There's no way.
Yep.
There's no way. There's going to be civil unrest. There's going
every
that's
event.
Huh?
Well, it's not like they're not going to go out and shit in the streets. They already do that.
Dude, what I'm saying is you know, people do desperate things in desperate times, man. You know what I mean? You know, people are going to start running out of money and shit. You can only prop this shit up for so long with $1,200 checks, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just not going to work.
No, and waiting for that shit to come.
No, especially when you have states opening up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are going to look at South Carolina, look at Georgia, look at Florida, look at Alabama, and be like,
Georgia,
they're open.
Georgia,
why the fuck are we?
Yeah, Georgia reported today that they've just this month is the lowest amount of cases they've had since this began. So they're showing a decline too. They've opened up and showing a decline.
My buddy has a hair salon in Georgia. He said they're lining up. Everybody's got to get appointments. But he goes, they're lining up. People haven't had a haircut in 2 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and God bless them. I got an appointment
I just had
next week for my barber. And I'm going to tip the living shit out of them. You know, haircut here is like $14 or no, 12 or $13. I always throw him a 20. I'm bringing in 30 or $40 for him just because I appreciate him. Let him make some money in his pocket. You know?
Yeah, Kevin Olson said he saw that video with me and you, and he thinks you lost your plants a few times.
I did. I was showing some crack.
Showing some crack. You got your ass whooped on the glass too, son.
You were like, I know you're gonna finish first, so step back and let me step back.
Oh boy. Mark Tanner. Fucking Lewis
I bet
Coatney.
when you get back to that strip mall that we cleaned it, I was yelling and everything. That lady's like, good, I'm glad you didn't bring him back.
I was like trying to stand on a toolbox to like clean like a fucking 5-foot window. It was like on the ground, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be allowed."
Listen. It's fucking absolutely fucking hilarious that we had Lewis on to do exactly what Lewis always does. He just
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here.
he said, "Hey man, I'm here, man."
Well, actually, I have a question for Lewis. So, where do you see your business going? Like, do you feel like you're gonna stay in what you're doing? Are you gonna branch out? Like, do you want to do more window cleaning, or is power washing like what you want to grow?
No, power washing's my niche. That's where I'm going to stay for sure. I mean, I'll always do windows as an add-on, but power washing's where it's at for me. But I'd like to, like I said, I'd like to get somebody to help me this summer, and then by next summer, I'd like to put on another truck.
I'm going to next year get a not a flu shot, not a vaccination for the coronavirus, but an allergy shot. Because I am sick.
Yeah, I've had bad.
I am
so
so fucking tired of the trees are what get me. And I'm a tree guy. I love trees. Dude, trees fuck me up, man. I can't handle it. When this time of year, oh my God. Like right now, I can't stop coughing. My head feels like it's going to blow up. My nose is stuffed up.
There's no way to live, man. No way to live.
No way to live. No way to live.
I'm very lucky that I have minimal allergies. It doesn't get bad for me. Well, Lewis, do you do like gutter cleaning and stuff too?
Yeah, I do gutter cleaning.
Yeah.
Pressure washer, gutter cleaning, window cleaning.
So is that like how you try to do your packages? Like you just take care of like everything for them, like externally, like gutter cleaning, window cleaning, power washing.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Right.
It's a good way to
They
sell.
They call for window cleaning. They call for pressure washing. They call for gutter cleaning. They get a bid for all of it, whether they want it or not.
Well, it makes sense to have it
break
anyway.
it,
So
break
they
it
have
down. You know, if they accept all of it, give them 10, 15% off. That's how you
Yeah.
get them to go for it.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, as long as they do. I used to do that when I did residential to pay to rent, and I would go. The window cleaning is $500. The pressure cleaning is $500, and I don't know. I don't do gutters, but for the gutters would be $200. So that's $1,200. If you do it all at the same time, we'll do it for $1,000.
Right.
It's one stop. You're there. You do all of it. you
That's
know?
one stop, cocksucker. Come on over here and clean my goddamn gutters, Seth. Bring that big fucking
That
ladder
is
over
the
here.
shittiest Kennedy impersonation I've
I'm not
ever
trying
heard.
to do
And
Kennedy,
Mark
I'm
does
just-
good impersonation. I bet you. Well, what's your JFK impersonation? I guarantee you.
I
have.
don't know.
No.
Let me think
He
of
has
Kennedy
respect.
one.
He's got respect.
Yeah,
Don't mock John Kennedy, man.
Yeah. Seth, when I see your ass, I get a wicked hat on.
It's like Mayor Quimby mixed in with JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Mark Tanner.
A wicked hot on.
Wicked hot on kid.
Wicked hat on.
There you go. You almost got it, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
My brother-in-law talks like that. That's how I can do that.
I got a little fucking conspiracy talk for you guys. Or something that
Sure, what do you
interests me
got?
a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of all these videos that people are sharing around on YouTube and are, what do you want to call it, being yanked off of Facebook and all that stuff? You see all that stuff that's going around? Have you guys seen any of those? Don't you think it's kind of weird how social media is being ran right now? Is it just me? It just seems weird, doesn't it? The way they're doing things.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
strange.
what makes me uncomfortable about it is they're pulling down what they call false news based off of the agreed upon viewpoint you're supposed to have. And that to me is a dangerous way to live your life, whether you agree with the statement or not, to pull it down because it doesn't align with your viewpoint.
Right.
Kind of seems like censorship.
Well, what I'm getting at is that video I asked you to watch.
Which I did, and I sent you a voice.
Yeah, I
record
listened to
that-
it. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, no, actually, you know who actually, when you sent it to me,
The
link was down.
Yeah, I'm saving.
The link
I
was
didn't
down.
say anything because I was saving this conversation for the podcast.
Yeah, so the link you sent me was down, and my girlfriend, who's an ICU nurse, is like, you need to watch this video. I'm like, you watched it?
Yeah.
I'm like, you watched? Then she called me at work. She's like, have you watched it yet? And I'm like, no, I'm going to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
So I watched it, and I was like, wow. It was, they made some really good points. The lady, the anti-vaxxing lady, kind of, like, I was like, well, she's biased.
Who's the
and
anti-
kinda
who-
crazy as fuck.
What do you mean anti-vaxxing lady?
Well, so the one of the reports that they were showing so when they were showing
Because the main lady that was talking the whole time, the older lady
Yep.
that the guy was interviewing, you're not talking
Yes.
about her, are you?
No.
Okay.
So there were two tidbits in that information that were kind of from a bias standpoint.
Yeah.
The rest of it all made sense.
Yeah.
And all was like you can verify what they're
Do you
saying.
feel
'Cause
like anything that you watched in that video deemed it to be like this needs to be taken off the internet?
No, because none of it was real. So it comes from a point of view as anything does, right? But it came with facts. It came with stuff that was verifiable to look at. And they also brought up, when did we sign up for Dr. Fauci to be the czar of America?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's flip-flopped like fucking 7 times. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Open the
Is that
economy,
based
close
off
the
of
economy.
money
Yeah.
paid you?
Yeah.
And when you watch where the money goes, it makes you think about what's the agenda here?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was
It
very
makes you
interesting.
scratch your head. You know what I mean? When you see that kind of shit, it's like, man, that's Something's just off about this. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Most definitely.
I'm not saying there's a conspiracy here or anything, but I feel like there's more going on here than we know right now. There's more going on here than we know right now. I think this is more to do. I think this is more to do about government taking advantage of a shitty situation. You know what I mean? That's what it looks more and more like to me every day.
Yeah, well,
To push an
it's
agenda.
obvious.
To push an
It's
agenda is what I'm saying.
That kind of fits like a puzzle, basically,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Let me ask you another one. I've been getting, maybe I got a friend request and accepted it from someone that I don't normally see, but I've seen a lot of watch parties with strange aerial phenomena lately. Have you seen any of those come across your page?
Yeah.
Like lights circling around clouds and making big holes in the clouds. Is that shit this computer generated
Yes,
or what?
a lot of it.
Really going
there's
on.
a lot of it that is total bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because if that shit's going on, why isn't it on the fucking news, you know?
Yeah, it's all 99% of that is bullshit. There's only
Yeah.
You
a
also
few
gotta watch
things.
where it's coming from.
There's only a few things in that arena that you could see and it just be like, man, dude, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's only a few things I've seen like evidence of and shit like that. That's like, man, that's hard to. Ooh, I don't even know. You know what I mean? That's creepy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, bro. You better watch it. Maybe there's a lot of aliens and lizard people and shit like that out there coming to get you, my
It's
dude.
always ant people, lizard people.
Yeah.
Who even knows what you're dealing with
Yeah,
anymore?
yeah. There's.
Well,
What can you do, man? What can you do?
reptilian
The
overlords.
reptilian
those are tough.
overlord. Yeah, I just feel bad for dudes, man. It's just like you live somewhere like, say, California, or like Jason, like fucking Washington. They're gonna shut you down for 2-3 more months. Are you kidding me?
How are they going to pull that off?
Are you? I mean, how does that work?
I don't see how they can.
You guys haven't met too many people from Washington or California, have you? What I'm saying is that's that community.
Good point, Zeph.
No, that community aspect. Massachusetts is the same way, man.
Now
Like,
that you say that, after meeting Jason and Richie, yeah, I know. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah.
when the community buys in, right? When the community buys in,
Couple of
then they
1-2
can shut
fucking
down for as
weirdos.
long as they want.
Yeah, you're right.
But like where you live, Mark, and where you live, Lewis or Lou, you guys just ain't gonna put up with that shit, and so you just doing whatever you want, and people just go, fuck it, let them
No,
go.
dude, my area is full of fucking...
That's here. They're like, I watch people on Facebook rat people out for
Yeah,
fucking,
dude.
walking on the fucking beach by themselves. These kids are trapped for 4 months. They're like, there's a group of 17-year-olds hanging out. I'm like, oh god, what is the world
Yeah,
coming to
dude.
that 17-year-olds want to fucking hang out with each other? You giant piece of shit.
Dude.
Well, you saw what happened here. I mean, there's still a lot of fucking rednecks in South Florida. They opened the boat ramps up, and the news said there were 350 boats in the water. Meanwhile, there was fucking 7,000 or 8,000 people to get the boats in the water, and they turned it into a Trump parade. They rode right by Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, nobody wants this. Yeah. Well, that all started because a guy lived in a community, he had a Trump flag on his boat, and the homeowner association said you can't have that flag because it could offend someone. So what did he do? He named the boat Trump, and he had it totally wrapped in Trump. It's fucking. He called the boat Trump. They put Trump all down the side of it, and it started a boat parade.
Dude, so my brother did an estimate the other day for this older guy who lives here. He's probably in his 70s. And the guy comes outside, no mask on, shakes my brother's hand. He's like, hold on, I have to run in the house real quick. Comes out with his Make America Great hat on, puts it on.
Yeah.
And my brother's like, yeah, okay, like, where's his hat? And at the end, he's like, oh, it's going to be $400. And the guy's like, well, I got to talk to my wife. He's like, listen, I'll do it for $375 because you have a Trump hat on. And he's like, oh, really? I didn't know how you'd like this hat. All pumped, signed us up. For that too. Like, it's funny how it works.
Yeah,
Like, he came out like on purpose with his hat on to see how he reacts. He's like,
Yeah.
I just want to
Well, I
see
want
if
the
you're
work,
cool or
you
not,
know?
motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people like
Yeah,
me,
exactly.
like, you know, like if I go to your house and I'm gonna be honest. If I go to your house and you got a Pittsburgh Steelers like flag in your front yard or something like that, or if I see any Steelers memorabilia present whatsoever, I am charging you extra. I will charge you extra. Michigan fan too. If you're a Michigan fan or a Steelers fan, and you are watching this podcast and you are a customer of mine, you have been taxed $25 per cleaning because of that. Just so you know.
Yeah,
just so you know.
I had a lady the other day come out to me. I looked at a job and she had fucking in her window 3 big ass signs that said like Biden for president. I'm like, oh god, she's gonna be a cunt.
Oh, I fucking rip that
I
long.
roll up. I'm like, hi ma'am, how are you? She comes out with a mask on, yelling at me, and I'm just like, I do the estimate, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna double it because I don't want this fucking job. If you're gonna pay me, I'll stare at your Biden poster. But like, you know, some people just come out and she's like, can you believe the world? I'm like, well, I don't know. Do you want me to do the estimate or like, what do you want done here, lady? Like, it was just wild.
Governor's new law, 2 people in a boat in Illinois. The law says you must have 3 to water, ski, tubing, or riding a board.
I don't know.
So that means you can't water ski, go tubing, or riding a wakeboard because you gotta have 3 people to do that exercise, but you're only allowed to have 2 in the boat. Is that what you're saying? Dude, all I'm saying is, man, bro, these are really crazy times, man. This is not, this is strange days we live in.
Just my opinion, and maybe a lot of people won't agree with it. Maybe
strange
some
times.
will. But I think Obama divided the fuck out of this country.
You know what? Maybe in a way, maybe in a maybe in like a social media kind of news kind of way, he might have split the media, but I mean,
the media is all run by the Democrats. 90% of it.
Yeah, but in my area, maybe it's my area, but no one's no different. I mean, nobody treats anybody any different.
Dude, your area is more like the South than it is the North.
What?
Your area is more Southern than it is Northern.
You saying?
I mean,
what are you trying to
the
say?
The attitude of people, people there.
Oh yeah,
are more Southern than they are Northern.
Yeah, they're a little more laid back.
Yeah. But you also have to.
It's a coastal community too. But keep going.
You can't look at it in a vacuum though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you have to look like why Obama got elected, right? You had Bush beforehand.
I voted for him.
I'm going to be honest. I vote Republican, but that motherfucker was the dumbest dude ever in my lifetime. Clinton may have fucked everybody, but at least he could make a coherent sentence and not look like a maniac, right? Mm-hmm. So that you go from that, right? Like you have 9/11, you have the Iraq War, you have the Afghanistan War, and you bring this guy in who says he's going to change. So you give him the 4-year pass, being like,
I voted for him the first time.
I did twice because
I didn't do it twice.
Republicans didn't put up a good fight on the last 2 terms of his.
Okay, but please continue.
No, but you just have to look at it in a vacuum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Remember where it was at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do we have Trump? Because we had Obama. You know what I mean? Like we wanted something different. Right. We always want something different.
Why are we gonna have? Why is Ric Flair gonna be the president after Trump? I don't know. It's just gonna happen.
Oh my God! If Ric Flair was president, it would be the greatest thing ever.
Whoa, that should be so dope. Ric Flair or Stone Cold.
From fucking Parkinson's, fucking running around.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'd vote for him.
I
would vote for Candace Owens.
Oh hell yeah!
I would vote for Candace Owens.
You know who I love?
She's like another 10, 15 years, but she'd be ready.
The new White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany. She don't take no bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Those reporters no longer ask them bullshit questions with her up there.
I really think that media and stuff like that is really a problem, man. It's a real problem, man.
Yeah.
Like even if you look at it, right? Like Mark voted for Trump. 15 years ago he's a Democrat, right? Like even the platform he ran
the Democratic
on
Party
is a Democratic
not the JFK
platform.
Democratic Party anymore.
It's not. It's flipped.
It's flip-flop.
It's all like he's the most middle guy that there was.
Well,
know
you
what I
got the way you got to look at it is the Democratic Party is no longer the Democratic Party.
mean? It
No.
doesn't exist.
It's the like the leftist agenda party, and the Republican Party has turned into the Democratic Party in a sense.
It's
You know
totally
what I mean?
flipped.
It's totally fucking flipped. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when people stop looking at it like Republican, Democrat, and just look like at the issues that they're running on, you know what I mean? You know, things are not what they used to be, of course. But I'm the type that, there are some good things out there that we need to implement and start doing, but there are some other things. It's just like, no, I shouldn't have to pay to do that for you. You know what I mean? You should not have to pay to do that very same thing for me. That's not right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You have a very libertarian point of view.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I can sway. You can call me left,
Right.
like center left libertarian or center right libertarian.
I want
that range.
I want a gay couple to a gay white couple to raise their adopted Chinese child and protect their marijuana garden with AR-15s. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
And I want them to be married legally, and them get all the rights that I'm afforded as a married person.
They wave across the street while one's like, loading your hair.
Yeah. I'm cool with. That's the kind of world that I want to live in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that.
agree.
I don't. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. I don't have to watch it. I don't have to watch it going in and out. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care. It's all good.
They can be as unhappy as the rest of us.
Right.
So
Wear your face mask.
And
wash your hands. Right.
No, and I think that's where the switch has been with most people. Most people, I think, the media politicizes the far left and the far right, but I'd say 90% of us can at least agree with most
middle
people.
of the road.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like it. I mean, you and I don't agree on a lot of things, but we agree on most things. You know, Seth, you and I mean,
yeah.
Me and Mark are like a turd fell out and broke in half. That's me and Mark. You know what I mean?
At the same point in time, though, is I like, even if I disagree with you, it doesn't really matter to me.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just your point of view.
Right.
You're not standing on the soapbox freaking the fuck out. You respect my opinion, and I respect yours. That's a big difference there.
Right. Well, yeah, that's how it used to work, right? Like, you disagree, but you could at least find common ground to be like, well, I can see your point. I just see it this way.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, you didn't change my mind. I'm not changing yours.
I see you do that with Tim all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you'll comment on something with Tim's I've seen in the past where, and you'll be like Tim, and then he'll be like Seth, and you'll be like Tim, and then you finally around the end you're like, you know what? You know what I mean? You both you have that way of like,
like, I get tired of 17 posts being insane. I'm like, dude, Tim, come on, man. Come on. I hear your point, but you reaching real deep as well. And I'm just like, man, come on. Like,
Mark's the same way with me.
Something, but I feel like I have to say something.
Mark's the same. Yeah, Mark does the same with me. Like with shit. Like if I bring something up, that he just thinks off the level. He's just like, dude, no way, shut the fuck up. I'm just like, fuck you, dude. That's fucking bullshit. That's usually what Mark says.
But I also think it matters who you grow up with and who you're around. And I don't think, like, hearing Mark's point of view from Florida can give me a new perspective on, like, I don't see his part of the world every day. You know what I mean? He doesn't see mine. I don't see Lewis's. Lewis is out in the country and stuff like that.
Right.
They got a different way of doing stuff, and doesn't mean it's wrong or right. It's just the way they do shit.
Yeah.
So,
right.
It's kind of.
I'd like to think for a lot of things I usually speak. My mouth runs sometimes faster than my brain.
Yes.
But I'd like to think about a lot of things. I'm open-minded. Like, I got a buddy Jim that is. It wouldn't matter if Trump put $10 million in his bank account. He wouldn't give him a vote. He would rather sink this country for 4 years with Biden, than to give Trump his vote. That's just the way he is.
Yeah.
But we're still buddies. We still go to lunch.
Yeah.
We still bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the other day, he started saying something because I kind of unfollowed him because I got tired of the bullshit.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon something. And I'm like, well, I'm sure we would have been doing much better during this pandemic if we had Hillary, and because then the foundation would be collecting a fuck ton of money, and Bill would be handing it out to whoever the fuck he wanted. Oh, here we are back on the Hillary thing, he says. I said, but what fucking choice was there? There was no other choice. There wasn't. We went into this with the best economy possible.
Yeah.
You know?
You used to razz your buddies about, like, who you voted for and just be like, ha, and then, like, move on with it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I do now.
Like, oh, you voted for that fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I mean, between me,
that used to be it.
Well, I still have buddies, that I disagree with on Facebook. They're like, kind of left, you know what I mean? And that's cool. We disagree on shit. What's that?
I saw you handle one with a buddy where you're like, listen, I don't want to get into this. I love you too much to talk politics. And I was like, that's how you fucking do it, dude. That's how you don't debate back and forth. You're just like, hey, let's not talk about it.
That's Vashan.
You know what I mean?
Vashan, he's a Browns fan, and me and him met on Facebook, and we've been like Browns buddies ever since, you know what I mean, for a long time. He's a good dude. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to do this with you, man. I like you too much to argue with you about politics.
I thought to myself,
I love you, man.
Like, that's exactly how you diffuse a situation that could go fucking real bad real quick. You know what I mean?
You're my,
I think people used to do that.
You're my Cleveland Browns buddy. Let's just be pals, man. Let's not.
Yeah, but you know what? I gotta say this, T, since I know you for several years now, I think you've softened a little bit, because the TJ I first met would be stepping on his neck and poking him in the eye at the same fucking time.
Probably. You're probably right. I might have softened up a little bit. You know what I mean? I might have. You know what I'm saying? I might have.
Dude, I told you, one of the funniest things I ever saw, because one of my high-rise guys is a fucking, he's a Trump, where it's almost annoying. I'm like, dude, we're on the same page. I don't want to fucking hear about this shit. I don't want to talk about the news.
Yeah.
Look, we both agree. So I've said this before, but I love the story. And one of my buildings on the 21st story is privately owned condominiums. And
what I do my insides.
and she points to Mar-a-Lago. From the building you could see Mar-a-Lago, and she goes, you know why things suck around here? And we're standing there like, what? And she's pointing over to Mar-a-Lago, because I have to look at that dump every day. Meanwhile, it's like 80,000 square foot, most beautiful fucking home you could buy, right? And I'm like, what do you, and I play stupid. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, that's Mar-a-Lago. That's where Trump lives. I'm like, yeah, okay. And she's like, and she just starts going off and off. And then Mike, I see him ramping up, right? So he's got a shortest fucking fuse, you know, and I'm like elbowing, dude. I go, she's like, well, I want these windows are leaking and these windows leaking. I'm like, no problem, man. We'll take care of it. We start turning out, and the chief engineer from the building was there, and I don't know what side of the coin he's on. So I just don't say nothing. We get in the elevator, and he goes, that one has some fucking issues, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And Mike's like shaking, like fucking shaking. I'm like, I look at him and I go, I said to the chief engineer, I go, let me ask you a question. Because it's privately owned in your building, and we do work for your building, who is paying for this? And he goes, oh, no, this is up to her. This is her windows. You do what you got to do. And I look at Mike and I go, you don't understand, Mike. As she was running her mouth, the meter was fucking running up and running up and running up. So, dude, what does he do? Okay, so we booked the job for caulking, right? It's 2 days worth of work. Rappel down on the balcony, scrape the old caulking out, recaulk it, nothing fucking major. What does he do? He shows up in the Make America Great hat and a Trump shirt to stand on her balcony to fucking piss her off. I swear to God. I'm like, dude, you have fucking issues. Just leave it alone. We're gonna take her money. We're gonna take her money. That's all.
I have a couple customers that like ear beat me. That I mean, like, you know, that are really like, you know, these are higher end customers, and I just let it, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, please don't be there this time. You know what I mean? Just give me the garage code. Let me do my thing. You know?
No,
I don't want to talk to you.
Look, that's maturity, though, TJ, because like I grown up a lot too. I told you the story on one of the first podcasts when I worked for my dad. I picked up this job called Trader Tom's, right? And it was a clothing store. So. And it was a big account for the time, and I was so happy to pick up this nice big account. Slanted windows, they're a pain in the ass to clean, but I washed the outside. The guy says, can you do as much as you can on the inside without me moving everything? Yeah, I cleaned the inside, and he goes, oh, there's a whole other section behind that door. Now, I noticed there was nothing but dudes in this place, right? Now, I'm not homophobic, but I certainly probably was 20
I'm
years ago,
afraid of the
right?
kids.
So I go behind this.
I ain't
fucking
afraid
door.
of the sausage.
Yeah. I go behind this door, and there's a fucking display counter with butt plugs, lubes, all kind of shit,
Well, I
right?
mean,
all
yeah,
male
but butt plugs,
bondage
yeah,
gear.
but what is, I mean, butt plugs, you know, that might be a thing that a guy and a girl could use
Oh no. This
if
was
they wanted,
clearly
I'm sure.
cylindrical objects for
Oh,
men. Okay.
okay.
So I'm like,
Mark
I was
knows the
uncomfortable
difference,
with it.
so
Yeah,
I do not.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there,
as a
that's all you
former
need to know
faggot,
about
as
this.
a former homo.
Dude!
Yeah.
It's not like a set of pearls. You
Mark.
pull out.
Yeah,
Mark,
knotted
Mark.
ropes. There was knotted ropes on the wall. So, shut up, TJ. Let me finish my fucking story here.
Yeah, okay.
You gonna censor me now?
Yes.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
So I go to my old man. Here's the business card. Here's what we got a month for it. I go, but this one's gonna be a problem. He said, why? He said, you know what I saw? And I told him, and he goes, listen, Mark, just take their fucking money. They're willing to pay us to clean.
Yeah.
Just shut your mouth and take the money. I go, it's hard to shut my mouth.
Yeah,
He goes,
but
shut your mouth
to
and
me-
take their money. And you know what? They turned out to be a great company to work for.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
my
pleasant.
thing.
They
That's
didn't want
yeah,
nothing
that's
to
my
do with
thing.
me.
I mean, I've got some customers, like I said, that are like way left. You know what I mean? Like way left to center. You know what I mean? But they're good customers. You know what I mean? They're, you know what I mean? They're not. We don't agree on just about fucking anything. You know what I mean? But they're nice people. And what this business has taught me is that there's a lot of different cogs in the wheels of this machine. You know what I mean? So everyone's just got to get in where they fit in. You know what I mean? And you know,
Yeah.
as long as you're a decent fucking human being on like a cellular level, like you know how to treat somebody with respect, and you're not
Yeah, you
like
don't look like a piece of shit.
yeah. Try not to move through life as a piece of shit, like Perry Tate. I mean, that might not be a good example of like a role model. Yeah, so fuck yeah.
What I've learned, the best phrase I have is, I sit there,
Here's
I
the
listen to
thumbs
shit, and I go,
ups.
yeah, that's wild.
Right.
Oh, that's crazy. If you just say that and you just move on with your day, like you're good.
That's wild.
I've only had a handful of people where I'm like, I can't fucking do
That's
this.
crazy. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, can I hurry up and finish this?
Now
job?
every time you hear Seth say that, you know what he's saying. Like, God, will this guy shut the fuck up?
I would ask him. You just
That
want to
means
ask
I
him.
don't
do
care
you,
what
do
you're
you
saying.
even sleep at night? Or are you this fucking crazy all day
Yeah,
long?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a guy's like head of a school board. He's got like 2 fucking awesome dogs. He's super annoying, but I love the job because
Right.
there's a check on the countertop and I get to play with his dogs. And the whole time I'm there, it's like NPR on the radio, and he's like, "Can you believe this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's wild." And I say it like 14 times, and I'm like,
Does
"Has
this
he
guy
not gotten
get
the
it?
hint
Yeah.
that I don't give a shit?"
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I just don't care. But
That's
he's
something.
like once he gets through his half-hour rambling of shit I don't care about, he's like, "Well, so how's your mom? How's this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's good, you know."
How's your butthole, Seth?
Yeah. He's like, "My butthole's kind of good."
Is it healed up?
Yeah.
Want to do yoga?
You always run into some strange birds doing this fucking shit, man.
Oh my god, you're in people's houses.
Dude, I did a lady's house.
Yep.
I did this lady's house for fucking like 8 or 9 years in a fucking row, and I shit you not, every single time she would call me and act like it's the first time she ever talked to me.
Yeah.
She'd want an estimate. And then she would talk about the guy that she had last year was terrible, which was me. And then she'd hire me. I'd come in, I clean the windows, inside and out. Beautiful job, by the way. I post pictures of this house all the time. A beautiful job on the windows. The next spring would come around, she'd call me again. She'd like, "Can you come out and give me an estimate?" I'd be like, "Yeah." She goes, "The guy that did them last year was terrible, and he charged me a lot." And I'm like, "Okay." I didn't even tell her. So I let this happen like 3 or 4 times.
I just laugh. Oh my god.
I same price every time. I never raised the price on her because I was like, man, there's something wrong with this lady. You know what I mean? She's in this big house all alone. There's something wrong with this woman. You know what I mean? There's got to be. I just go in, do the windows, and then and then the 5th time, I said something. I was like, I cleaned your windows last year. She's like, "You did?" I was like, "Yeah, I've cleaned them for the last 6 years."
I'm the one that sucks for the past.
It's like 5 or 6 years, and she's like, "Really?" She's like, "Okay, well, do you think you could come out and give me an estimate?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm not shitting you, man. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Dude,
I haven't seen her in a couple years, though. She still lives there, though.
I felt bad. I called a customer we did last year. He's old. He's like in his 80s. We called him today. I was like, "Hey, Mark, how's it going?" He's like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're the window cleaners." Like, "Do we have windows here?" And I like his son Brian grabbed the phone. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Hey, Brian." He's like, "Hey." He's like, "Can you call me like in a week and a half?" He's like, my dad's having some issues. I'm like, "Yeah, no problem, man. Like whatever you." But he was like, I had never called somebody that was like that lost, and I was like, I felt really bad.
Dude,
I was like, oh.
I've got customers that over the last like 3 or 4 years they start passing away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah,
worst.
man. Yeah, I feel like
yeah.
shit, dude. You know, like I'll send them a card, like a reminder card, and then I'll get like a phone call from their like one of their kids, and I'm like, oh fuck.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
hey Terry,
it's
you know my mom's not here anymore. I'm like, fuck. You know, I'm sorry. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, it makes you feel weird about it.
Yeah.
I had a guy we did last year in September. In a year, his wife died.
Oh.
His 2 sons died. One killed himself, and his dog died. And he came outside like talking like, so I knew all this. Andrew's like, be really careful like when you get there. And I'm talking to the guy, and he's just like, yeah, like I don't even know why I'm doing any of this. And I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, one of the few jobs I've done where like I got teary-eyed doing it because I'm like, this dude's lost like his dog dies. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
the last thing this guy needs is like
you know what
the
though,
last companion he has is like gone. I was like, holy shit.
One thing I've learned is you can remember conversations with them and stuff like that, but most of the time, like TJ did, just not play dumb, but you know what I'm saying? Just go with the flow. Here's a for instance that happened to me because I opened my fucking mouth, right? I had a building for about 15 years. This was it was about 8 years ago. Okay. And I've been through several management changes. A new woman by the name of Becky takes over the management, right? I go in there to meet her. She's like, just do everything you were doing for them. I've seen proposals and stuff dating back 10 years. We're not going to make any changes. You have nothing to worry about. Okay. And I go, just so you know, we've done this, and this. So if you need any help in those areas, they're just outside of window cleaning. No problem. And I'm thinking, gold mine, I'm gonna keep this account. Well, she calls me about a month later and says, I just got into a new house, and I'd really like to get the windows cleaned up. But we're going to change to impact windows, but they're so bad, I'd just like you to give them a once-over so it looks presentable, because we're not going to do windows for 6 months. I go, no problem. Normally, honestly, because I have a 10-story building, I comp the house. If I send the guys, I pay them the regular rate, and I comp the house. But I said, I want me being there, because this is a feather in the hat. When I don't send her a bill and a month later she goes, you never billed me, I say, what are you worried about? Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? And they're usually like, no, we can't do that. I go, it was just a favor. Thank you for continuing with the service. So here's what happens. I clean up the house. She's happy. I meet her. I meet her boyfriend. Okay, beautiful home, 6,000 square foot on a golf course, right? So 6-8 months goes by, and I call her up, and I said, hey, I just want to touch base with you, Becky. I know you said you were changing out your windows to impact. I really want to, when you get those impact glass, if you haven't already had them cleaned up, let me do it, because impact glass is susceptible to scratches. I'll do the initial cleaning for you so that you don't have any issues, And she's silent for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, well, the boyfriend broke up with her and threw her the fuck out. She was so uncomfortable from that conversation and pissed off at me because she thought I was minding her fucking business that I lost the fucking 10-story building. Gone. History.
Wow.
So my point is this. Sometimes it's just better. I said to myself, I should have never. I was asking to do her another favor. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate the business. But I've learned. I should have just let her call me if she needed it. Yeah. There's a reason she didn't call me, because he threw her the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't her house. It was her boyfriend's house.
Oh, man.
Mark. Yes.
Mark, you fucking idiot, Mark.
I am.
Mark, you're fucking stupid, Mark.
Yeah. Now I just sit there and observe listen to what they're saying, observe the situation, and just kind of grin, going, "There's 20 jokes here that I can't fucking say."
Right.
So I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
Lewis, man, are you glad you came on to sit here and listen to us talk tonight?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'm just sitting here thinking that Mark needs to quit watching 36 videos a day from a guy about calling customers or something.
I gotta say something.
What?
That calling customers was the fucking riveting train wreck if I ever watched it. That video.
Joe? Joe? Yeah, oh Christ. Dude.
It's Joe from Circle H. Who?
Joe, well, the guy you had over here last year sucked. You did a shitty job. I was like, no. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I've got a fedora on, though. I'm just fucking around. Don't be mad. I hope he isn't listening. He ain't mad. Don't be mad, dog. Don't be mad, dog.
Hey, Miss Jimmy. Joe, Circle H, what's going on, man? Hey, Miss Jimmy. Joe, Circle H, what's going on, man? Hey, Miss Jimmy.
That was something that.
Oh. I still say we should take all of his videos and then like take things from him and then just make like a rap song out of it.
Or just like an EDM.
You know how like they do
really high bass in the background.
You know how like they do with Trump's like speeches, they take Trump and they make him sing a song. Ah, there he is.
Right.
You know, if any of you have a problem with me, you have my number. Well,
I got no problem with Joe.
wow.
Yeah.
I might now.
Yeah, I might now. Shit, I didn't know it was like that. I mean,
Come on and just be a fucking tough guy. I mean, Joseph and Hardy, you can suck my fucking dick.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Say,
Woo!
you can. I don't have your number, but yeah. I hate the fucking type.
Yeah, type.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wait.
Zero shit's given that guy.
Hey, listen, man. I didn't know it was like that. Shit. I mean, maybe I was made unawares.
It just seemed like it went to level 10 when it could have just went to level 3. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
From him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, that's why I'm a little confused. Why? Man,
Yeah.
why we got to talk on the phone to each other? I mean, damn, bruh. That's some serious business. Talking on the phone is serious
My
business.
dick still needs sucking, so I mean, it's all.
Listen, I'm not looking for blowjobs or anything, so. Big boy, show it to me. Don't tell me about it.
I don't know.
Oh, man, he wants to see it, bro. He wants to see it. He wants to see it.
You want to see that root?
He wants to see that root. He wants to see that root. He don't want to see that root.
That
Root. He wants to see that root. Man, Joe, bro, I didn't know it was like that, my dude.
I thought we were all good, dude.
Yeah. And now fucking Seth's got to have you blowing. So, I mean, I don't know why it had to
rules
go.
of the game. I don't make the rules.
I don't know why we went to. I don't know how we went from DEFCON 1 to DEFCON 4. I don't know what we did. I don't know why we're launching missiles, but we're launching them.
Definitely skipped 2 and 3 along the way somehow.
We're just fucking Joe just went.
Yeah, Joe, you might want to work up to it next time, okay?
Yeah.
I just have to get on here and tell everybody.
Oh my
If I'm
God!
gonna burn a bridge, I might as well.
Fuck her down.
Yeah, fuck it. I guess if you're gonna,
It's all good. I'm just fucking around anyways, but I mean, if it's something, it's something. Piano keys.
Yeah, that's.
This is the side of Seth I haven't seen.
Well, that's like the.
No, because
That's the northern part of the world for you. You know what I mean? We just like say shit.
That's I have
then we're
this
like,
much fucking patience for somebody. And you come across like that, you can go fuck yourself.
You got a lot of distance in between yourselves and the South.
Yeah.
You don't have that up
There's
north.
not a lot of room.
Yeah.
I'm on top of each other.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
like,
I'm not
get
trying
the
to hear
fuck
that
away.
shit. I'm gonna just tell you, and if there's a problem, then I guess there's gonna be a problem.
Well, that's why they
You know
call
what I
it
mean?
Southern hospitality. They don't call it Northern
Yeah,
hospitality.
yeah,
They call
yeah,
it
yeah.
Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
Because everyone up here is a fucking asshole.
You know, because
So-
because I'm not. I mean,
Everybody
yeah, I
in
mean,
Boston is a fucking
yeah,
asshole.
yep. So you want to have words? We can have words. You want to order a couple fucking 3 pieces with a biscuit? I'll give you that. You know, because you can have these hands all day. Equal opportunity offenders, both of them. I'm ambidextrous.
2 for 1 at the farmer's market.
Yeah, 2 for 1. I'm ambidextrous. Slap ass with both hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing around. I don't understand. Fuck you, Seth. There, I said it for you, Joe. Extraterrestrial life will be the next world crisis.
We can only
Liquor
hope.
products.
That's something I would love.
It's better
I would
than
love that.
terrestrial life, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way better than terrestrial life. But don't get him going on it, because he'll fucking cuss you out, man. Richie fucking cussed me out the other night for the extraterrestrial talk. Whoo, boy. We had a heated argument. I was like, listen, I don't want to talk to you for at least a day. Because...
Yeah. Leave me
24
alone.
hours.
Yeah,
so we
because
talk.
you fucking just went overboard on me. You know what I mean? You're just too much, bro. Too much. You've been watching too much Eddie Bravo TV, if you dig what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Flat Earth, fucking, Bigfoot, fucking riding surfboards, just all kinds of fucking wild shit Richie's into. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen a Bigfoot, Lewis? Because they got Bigfoot tours in your area. Have you seen a
We found a
Bigfoot, my
nest.
dude?
Yeah, no, I've never actually seen Bigfoot, but they say that he's in Branson. I mean, they got tours to go see him. I've just never went and done it.
Have you ever seen any scat? Like Bigfoot scat?
Yes, I
You
have
have?
seen scat.
Okay, how about Bigfoot nest? Have you seen a Bigfoot nest perchance?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is there a delay?
I've seen some weird shit out here in
Trees
the
pulled
woods.
down like
It's
this.
like unexplainable. So
I feel like that's what's wrong. Is Lewis is fucking behind all the time.
a little bit, I think.
See, look, he is.
Yeah.
How long is that fucking dude? Where do you live? Is there internet where you live? Is there a squirrel outside running around your antenna for this? I want to know now. You have your internet.
No, not a squirrel.
Chipmunk internet. Because I was saying,
No, it's
you're,
like CNN when they go back to somebody and they pause for 8 seconds. They're like,
yeah, he's like
thanks, Brian. Yes,
if
correct.
Tim is a 3 and Josh,
No, seriously, I don't know anything technical, whatever, but we were supposed to get like 25 something, and we were only able to get 8. So if that makes any sense to you guys,
yes,
that's
it
what I
means
got.
that these conversations need to have a pause in between.
It means this. It means
See,
this.
like
Lewis.
Mark
When we hang
can't
up,
fucking
Mark
shut up for
fucking-
fucking 8 seconds.
Shows
He
is
can't.
perfect.
Mark can't even let you fucking answer a fucking question. Because as soon as someone fucking asks it, this yum starts talking about 1986 and
No, I
doing
was just
somebody's
gonna say-
fucking windows for meatballs. Shut the fuck up, Mark.
when we
So in
do
other
this
words, like
podcast
when you guys end this, I'm going to be still talking to you 3 minutes
for
later.
about
Yes.
8 days.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lewis, thanks for coming on.
You
Thanks.
guys have been down here. You know where I'm at.
Yeah, I know.
mean,
Yeah, I
it's
know. Yeah,
fucking
it's yeah.
hills and woods.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
I
the
know. I
internet
tried
spot.
to get to your airport and it fucking sucked.
It did.
Sticks, and I spent 500 extra.
What
dollars.
airport?
It's like a cornfield, like stripped down airport. Like they just like blacktopped it 3 days ago.
Yeah, a guy brought me to the airport in a 1997 fucking Jeep Laredo or whatever the fuck he brought me in with like no steering cover, smoking cigarettes. I was like,
Sweet.
yeah, I mean, I don't mind, but I'm a passenger. Like, you might want to check if I want you.
Seth, you'd have got here quicker
Winston.
coming in on a float plane.
That place is like planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
Doobie, are we almost there?
Yeah, that
He goes,
That's
I'm
how
taking the scenic route.
because of fucking Branson.
I had fun in Branson. Branson was fun.
You know what I think, though? Seriously? I think Branson would be a great place to open a window cleaning store.
Yeah.
You know?
Like in a strip plaza.
Yeah.
That's like not a good one, but like
No, the one
shitty
behind it.
The one they built, the one that they all moved out of when they built the updated one.
Yeah,
the one
they
right
have the
behind the
check
brand
cashing
new one.
place.
Yeah. The
Right,
only
and they had a
cool
sketchy
thing.
bar.
No, that wasn't a sketchy bar. That bar was sexy as fuck, bro. That bar was dope.
I gotta say, I've never been in a bar when I've been patted down before.
Me and Joe had a great time till I turned around and watched Mark not having a great time.
Yeah,
No,
Mark's like, why is this big black guy touching me?
Not a great time.
I was standing there. I go, I don't care. You want to talk about contrast? I'm standing behind Joshua Show.
Yeah, hey,
when
listen,
the shit goes down.
Yeah, me and
I'm
Mark,
hiding
me and
behind
Josh just strolled in like like we'd always been there. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice place. It was a nice. I mean, we were.
I wish I would have stayed.
We were the only white faces in the bar, but we still had a good time. They treated like us very, very nicely. I thought.
Yeah.
For a bunch of dumb whiteys. For a bunch of dumb whiteys, they were real nice to us. So, but me and Josh are easy to get along with. We're the lives of the party. So, Seth.
I wish I would have stayed with you guys for
Oh,
the
you
evening stuff.
you
'cause
should
I've taken
have.
the wife and the kid over to the baseball game.
Yeah, you should have, man. We had a really good time, man, at BB's Backside Barbecue or lawn side or curbside or I don't know, but it was somebody's house, and then it eventually just turned into a barbecue restaurant. Like over the years, finally, like Grandma passed away or Papa passed away, and they're like, "Fuck it, pull the carpet out, throw in a bar, and let's get after it." And they just spent the next 60 years cooking barbecue there.
Yeah, here's a picnic table. Sit at it. It's great.
Like if that place caught fire, I don't think it would catch fire. I think the bones would still be there. That place will always smell like barbecue.
No matter what you do.
Yeah, you
the
could
ground.
you could put a skyscraper on that bitch. The first 30 floors on the inside will always smell like barbecue. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I still remember being in that minivan and Josh getting lost in downtown Kansas City and us arguing with him for like a solid 20 minutes, being like, "Nah, this is the wrong way, dude."
Yeah.
The wrong way. It's like, "Nah, this is fine. This is the way you go."
Well, that's the one thing we learned, especially from that biker. There's areas there that you don't want to get lost in. And when that biker who was carrying a monster gun says that, and he was a Marine and he was big, when he says that, you better follow that.
Been down around Troost.
Yeah. That was right by the hotel.
Yeah, I did see the fight, Jason. Tony got beat the fuck up, but I kind of thought that was what was going to happen. But, that's me. But, Lewis, thanks for coming on and sitting there.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy.
We'll have to have you back on again.
Thanks for having me. It's a good show.
When your internet's better.
What? Huh?
What'd you say?
Guys.
Well, we'll check you guys out next week.